So 2 years ago, everybody was fake rich. The government was handing out stimulus checks like money was going out of style. Everybody had money in their pockets. Everybody was creating businesses and had the money to fund businesses. Everybody was so smart, going into Airbnb, buying real estate, showing you how to invest in stocks, showing you how to get into cryptos. Everyone was super smart. And now, we come to today, and things aren't looking so good.
Oh no.
This is the end of the fake rich era. Don't get it confused. This isn't the end of individuals faking to be rich. I just think it's the end of the pandemic. Fake rich era, guys. And we're gonna talk about it because you want to hear this, and I've gotten tons and tons of emails, people asking me to talk about this. So my name is Orlando. Welcome to the channel, guys. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. It really does help out the channel. And make sure you check in the description, guys. I also have it in the pinned comments. I have a newsletter. That's right, a newsletter talking about things I don't talk about on this channel, and it gives tons of value. Click the link and join. It's free. How can you beat that? You can't.
Go crazy.
You know, 2 years ago, people were all on it. I was getting people telling me, Orlando, you don't know what you're talking about. Do you know that there's this great thing called NFTs where you can become rich instantly? I was saying, what? What? You can become rich instantly? Well, this won't end well. And people were trying to sell me and sell you of becoming instantaneously rich and by investing in a JPEG of a monkey. What? And you know, I know you saw the title and people were like, well, Orlando, hold up a second here. You're saying I got scammed and I deserve it? And I just want to break it down. If you are putting your full life savings, and I'm not making this up, I've got emails from individuals and I've seen stories of people investing their entire life savings in a picture of a unicorn with rainbows coming out of its butt, and you're telling me that I should say that you deserve to lose your money if you invested everything you got into a picture of that? A picture of a monkey with a birthday hat on? Are we living in a fantasy land?
And what is this?
It's a who?
And the reason why people did this, guys, let's be real, is they wanted to be known on social media for making so much money. They wanted to be rich. They wanted to drive around in Lambos. They wanted to buy tons of homes, vacation homes, more Airbnb properties. They wanted to live fake rich.
Nobody believes that, bro.
So most people expect me to have sympathy for an individual who put $100,000, $50,000 and bought into an NFT. And they're saying, Orlando, look, we were scammed. And my mind is blown and said, you really thought that picture, a JPEG, anything that I can just do copy and save?
Come on, man. That's too easy.
You thought that was gonna bring you millions of dollars? Where are we living at?
That back there is not real.
And then we see articles coming out now saying, remember when NFTs sold for millions of dollars? 95% of digital collectibles may now be worthless.
You know what sucks?
Who would have thought that this would be worthless? Me? And everybody is like, Orlando, you're just hating. But then we move on. We move on, guys. Let's continue to move on into the era of fake money, the era of faking it like you're rich, the era of making people believe that you're wealthy by making the most idiotic decisions that you possibly could make when it comes to wealth. So we have all these guys on YouTube telling you,
This new Lamborghini here, it's fun to drive up here in the Hollywood Hills. But you know what I like a lot more than materialistic things? Knowledge.
you can do anything and everything and make $1 million in 24 hours. This is what everybody is telling you. And people eat it up.
Right now, thousands of people are making millions of dollars buying and selling NFTs.
People say to me, Orlando, I'm gonna make $1 million tomorrow. I'm gonna be making $50,000 a day. Watch. Don't believe me? Wait till you see it.
We just made $1 million with this chonky little dinosaur.
And I go, really? And especially when it comes to real estate, because this is what I do. And when someone tells me that they're going to make millions, hundreds, tens of thousands of dollars a day at the very beginning of real estate in a 24-hour period, in a month period, I just go, do you know how real estate works? You obviously don't, because that is a fantasy land. But here is the thing that really boggles my mind on it. Now, I know, I see the comments, and everybody says, Orlando, you're so square. Orlando, you don't want to take any risks. You are this and you are that. Where are your Lambos at?
My dad has a GTR!
Where are your multi-million dollar houses? You need to show that. That's how you get big on YouTube, because if you show those things, people will want those things, and they'll follow you for that. Well, we're here in this moment today, and where do we see all these people? I mean, I've been seeing what's been going on in fake guru land, in real estate teaching and stock teaching land. I've been seeing all of it on YouTube. And here's my thing, guys. I know a lot of you think that, Orlando, you're calling it out. You knew 2 years ago that these guys were not being honest and that they didn't know anything about real estate. But here's a clue, guys. Here's a clue. You should not give your money to a criminal. I know. What, Orlando? Duh. Well, you need to tell that to your peers. We're living in a land where people give their life savings to criminals that are doing the exact thing that they are accused of doing. You give your money to a guy on YouTube, and then you find out that his criminal past is identity theft, or he's been charged with fraud. And then what does he do? He does fraud. Oh man. I mean, did you deserve it? I mean, you knew that he went to jail for fraud. You knew that. You knew that you're giving your life savings to a guy who previously went to jail for tax evasion.
You didn't go down like that, huh?
He got cooked.
And then you're surprised when he scams you and he goes back to jail for real estate fraud or mortgage fraud or tax evasion or identity theft.
Do you believe me yet?
Am I in another land where people literally give their money away to individuals that have committed crimes? And you guys call me square. And I know what some of you guys are going to say. Orlando, give us a break. Give us a break. I didn't know that the guy had, went to jail for fraud. I didn't know that. I didn't know he went to jail for identity theft. He said he changed his ways.
But I cannot see. I'm legally blind. That's my story.
At that point, if you knew that, then you took the risk that he would do it again. And then if you didn't know that, then you gave your life savings without doing any research. Either way, you're going to have to hold that L. It's unfortunate. But the funny thing about this, guys, because I know a lot of people I'm going to get some hate on this video about Orlando. Nobody deserves it. And Orlando, these people should have been doing it from the beginning. We all know how this world works. They're bad people and they're good people. And there are going to be individuals who are going to try to take advantage of people. And it's your job to try to not be in that group of the people that get taken advantage of. So you have to do your research. And I say this all the time when it comes to purchasing a home. And the funny thing is individuals will send me emails asking me, Orlando, what do I do? I spent $200,000 in the metaverse. Now the underwriter's telling me that I can't use this as an asset. I mean, can you blame the underwriter? It doesn't exist. The asset doesn't exist. I have yet to see a personal financial statement say asset, the metaverse.
You don't know what you're talking about, do you?
Oh man. I mean, let's be honest. You cannot use that. You cannot use that and go to a bank and then get a loan on that. It doesn't exist, guys. So when you come to me and you ask me, I spent $200,000 in the metaverse and now I can't buy my home. I'm like, why did you spend $200,000 on the metaverse when you could have spent $200,000 on a real home? I mean, make it make sense. But listen, guys, listen. Maybe you won't take the advice of a guy who's a lender, who's been in real estate forever, owns his own business. Maybe you will take the advice of my good friend here. My good friend, you guys know him? JT from Pocket Watching with JT. He is a certified financial planner. Yes, he will get in trouble if he leads you down the wrong path. If he does anything fraudulent, it's over. Wouldn't you want to get advice from someone like that? Wouldn't you want to, quote unquote, get advice from someone who's square, someone who went to school for that? Well, listen, I'm gonna let JT give you his perception on this fake rich era and why people decided to fall for these idiotic and why they can't get a home or any credit today.
Thanks, Orlando. And yes, I am a certified financial planner, which means I'm a real financial advisor. I don't just play one on YouTube. Now, over the past 3 years, U.S. citizens had a record amount of money pass through their hands. There were stimulus checks, there were unemployment checks, and there were even PPP loans. You know who you are. Now, even though we had all of this money, my question is, where did it go? If you take a look at this chart right here, this is from the Federal Reserve that shows the U.S. citizen savings rate. Now, yes, during the height of the pandemic, we saw the U.S. citizen savings rate skyrocket. But if you continue to look, you'll see that it's lower now than it was before the pandemic. So once again, I'm asking the question, where did the money go? Well, I saw on my timeline a bunch of fake gurus, people claiming to be financial experts. They told you to invest in crypto. They told you to buy NFTs. They even told you that you can make a whole lot of money day trading. But it ended up with the fake guru stunning on Instagram in a Lambo, and many of you broke. So, do you really want to buy your dream home? Do you really want to reach financial freedom? This is what you need to do. Before you start to look for all of these things to invest in outside of yourself, you need to first invest in you. Have you reached your earning potential? I know. You don't want to have a job. You don't want to work for someone. But guess what? You need to first invest in yourself with real education. I'm not talking about online courses. I'm talking about school, trade school, college, universities, even certificates in coding or whatever. First, maximize your earning potential. Then, with the money you make, listen, spend less money than you make. The difference is what we refer to as savings. That way you're not living paycheck to paycheck. You can then take those savings and invest it for the long term. Make sure you pay your bills on time. I know we live in a world where everyone thinks they are a celebrity and they can make money by simply existing, but it's not true. If you want financial freedom or you want to buy your dream home, you have to live on a budget, make sure you have enough money saved up in an emergency savings fund, pay down debt, and then invest the rest. That's how it's done.
Now, on a serious note, guys, we're having fun on this video because a lot of the stuff that we're talking about, that JT just spoke about, that I talked about previously, it's obvious stuff. And I know it's people,
Orlando, it's not obvious to everyone.
well, I'm sorry. If you don't think it's a bad idea to invest $100,000 in a picture of a unicorn, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe it's a lost cause for you. If you don't understand that you should probably get your credit together before you spend $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 on Shuba Uba Nuba coin, that literally the founder is telling you it's worthless, and you still invested it?
It's time to stop!
I don't know what to tell you if that's the way that you want to handle your finances. If you want to live like this and then come to me and ask me, how do I get into the housing market when I've made all of these poor, poor decisions.
Dear God.
It's going to be hard to come back from that. It's going to be hard for you to come back from losing $200,000 on spending it on invisible things that don't mean anything, that you cannot even sell to anyone, that have no value now. Like previously, before, when you purchased it, it did, quote unquote, but the concept you didn't even understand. The concept nobody understood, and you still purchased it? Maybe that was the red flag. All of the money that people got from the PPP program and all this other stuff, it's just all evaporated. No more vacations, no more expensive cars, no more stunning on Instagram. Now everybody's living humbly. Now everybody is like, yeah, I'm sitting at home. I'm just gonna take a break. But a year and a half ago, you were buying Range Rovers. You were buying every Airbnb property at a high, overpaid price that you possibly could get your hands on. It didn't matter the cost. I saw on Instagram and social media so many times, the amount, the price doesn't matter. But the price matters now, right? It matters now. As always, you won't get all of your information from this one video. I need you to watch this video here. It will help you understand what's going on in the financial market, the housing market, get into your first rental property, guys. And I promise you, the information you will get out of it will be gold. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.